Yes, you're back. Now, I'm sure that the explanation as to what Monarcade does really did get into you, because if you want to sell a product, you really want to understand what this product is about and if it's actually solving problems, helping humans. One of the fundamental question that was asked and was answered was, could Monarcade change your life forever? I feel I should reiterate this a little bit so that you understand. Listen, when we talk about the cryptocurrency space, it's really massive. I want to show you some of the results that this community over time has recorded, all right? Now, there was a time so that it kind of gives you a sense of how big this is, all right? And there was a time a particular asset or project was called upon. It's called Theta Network. Now, Theta, the buy date was March 13, 2020. It was 4 cents at the time that it was called. So that means that if you had $100, you would have been able to buy 2,500 units. If you had $500, you would have been able to buy 12,500 units. Or maybe if you had introduced a family member, or a family member had known about it, your uncle had known about it, your husband, your wife, your father, mother, probably known about this, and they had invested $1,000, they would have got 25,000 units. Fast forward to 1 year, somewhere March 24, 2021, this asset had grown from 4 cents to $14.87. And so that means 12 months after, if you had invested $100, that $100 had become $37,175. You can take out your calculator and multiply it. If you are in Nigeria, probably multiply it by 590 Naira to $1 and see how much this becomes, okay? And then if you had invested $500, that $500 would have become $185,875. If you had invested $1,000, it would have become $371,750 doing nothing. So when you are selling this product, you need to understand you're selling education, cryptocurrency education. And this is powerful because it's making people rich. And from the money that you make from getting paid for selling these educational packages, you can also buy your own cryptocurrencies and keep them and also grow them. That's why this is powerful, right? So let's see another project, Theta Fuel. When it was called, it was less than a cent. It was so small, right? So look at this. If you had bought $100, $500, $1,000, 1 year down the line, 1 year and 3 months down the line, your $100 would have become $74,886. Your $500 would have become $374,430, and your $1,000 would have become $748,860. All these are legacy tokens, legacy projects, like you heard in the presentation. And that's why this is really key, that you pay attention to what is happening in this space, right? Another one is Binance. Now, when Binance came on board, Binance about 3 cents, okay? And then, okay, this is, skewed kind of. All right, Binance kind of like 3 cents. Let's see. Why is this like this? Okay, so it's kind of 3 cents. Let's make it straight. Good. All right, so let's go. Now, Binance like 3 cents. And then what happened was that 3 years and about 7 months or 9 months down the line, okay, if you had invested $100, your $100 would have become $2.2 million approximately. Your $500 would have become $11.2 million, and your $1,000 would have become $22.5 million. And this is happening again in the cryptocurrency space. Now take a look at Hex. Hex was very small, less than $1, a cent, when it was scored in January 2020. And then 1 year, 9 months down the line, your $100 would have become $3.3 million, $500 would have become $16.8 million, and your $1,000 would have become $33.7 million. Now you have an idea of why we're saying it's important that you pay attention to this and take advantage. So the big question now is, how do you come into this? How does this concern you? and how can you make the best out of this? All right, that is what we're going to discuss next in the next short training that opens up what you can benefit from this, and okay, what you can benefit from this, and how the tools that we have to help you to benefit from this. Remember that in the presentation that you watched before this, we talked about the different tools, the different products. We talked about the yellow pack and all of that. How can you benefit by selling any of those packs? Stay tuned as I bring more details to you. And listen, your life has just begun. You are going to grow from in leaps and in leaps and in bounds, in breadth and in height, and name it. All right. So just stay tuned and let us go. Okay. So let's see. Sorry. Okay. Well, before we go on and to show you what you can actually benefit and how you come into this, I want to reiterate here that it's important to understand that at this point that you are here to sell this, it's a very important point, it's a critical point. Why? Because if you take a look at this, like you saw in the presentation, gold has hit its stability point. Cryptocurrency is still between the accumulation and the prosperity point. And it's important that we get in at this point. I want to share this with you real quick. So take a look at this now. So if you take a look at this here, see where gold is, right? Gold has already hit the stability point. So the profit level is still small. It's now small. Cryptocurrency will eventually, see this S-curve, cryptocurrency will eventually get to this point. But right now, this is where cryptocurrency is. It is between here and here. And that is why the spikes are quite high. The profit level is quite high. It's a product that is hot. Go online and check. The moment you go and see the stuff that are being searched out, people are looking out for. And then I'm sure you heard about why you need knowledge and why you need to be careful in not to get in the wrong spot. Because if you buy weak tokens, what most people do, what weak tokens do is that they come in from this point at the launch point, the body knows, and then they go up here. So if assuming you bought the token at this point, and then the token probably comes down to this point, this is why people lose money. You want to wait for it to rise back to this point so that you collect your money, and then it gets to this point, you're hoping that it's getting back already, and then it does not, and then it crashes down further. You're hoping that it's going to get back because you want it to get back to this point where you bought at least you get your money back. And it gets to this point, you're hoping that it's bouncing back and eventually crashes, and then people lose money. So what we do, what we're selling is basically to help people not to fall into traps like this now. You see, this is very important. What we are selling, we're solving a problem. These are examples of tokens that never stood the test of time. And before you knew it, they had gone, broken down, sold, and people lost money, okay? So this is, you see some of these tokens here. Now quickly, what we do is we focus on legacy tokens that within the next 3 to 5 years could give you 1,000x. That is like, it's crazy. Let me tell you a little bit how this works. So what legacy tokens do is that they come in at this point where it's kind of, okay, what legacy tokens do is they come in at this point and, here, and then they go up and then they come down a little bit because they are breathing, and they come down, they give you a chance to get in again, which is like the discount level. And then they go up again, and then they come down, they give you another chance again to get into discount season. Then they go up again, and then they come down for you to enter again. You take profit at the top here, you buy back at the lower point here, and then you go up again. This is a sweet product that we have. If you take a look at it for overall, from this point, if you draw this to this point, overall, it is going upwards. So what we do is search for these legacy tokens. Okay, we search for legacy tokens and guide people on how to invest in them. Now, I hope it's beginning to be clear to you what we do and why this is very important, right? Then we have a number of ways to help you to benefit no matter where the market goes. So in case you are thinking this product, does it really make sense? Do I want to sell it? I've taken the time out to show you that it's really worth it and you should consider selling.